Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, characters of all shapes, sizes, denominations, and genders, welcome back to Adventure Select, the show where I am dungeon mastering for a group of people that really like getting into fights that are way beyond them. But it's fine. It's fine.
Sounds
Uh,
like a you issue, Dave.
You put us
I
in
know,
front
right?
of the fights.
You lured us there.
I
with
put
the
you in
promise
front of the
easy
fight.
money.
It's true, I did. But uh as with most things, I am joined here by Tyler and V.
Yep.
And Elene and Malhavoc and Third. And we are playing Adventure Select. And here's the wait, before we begin, Mal, what is the Dungeons and Dragons drink of tonight?
Well, since Durin is not Durin's Strongbrew tonight and is in fact Durin's Sickly Brew, because I've caught some kind of gunge, I'm just doing like a modified hot toddy. So I'm just drinking some hot tea with a generous helping of brandy inside of it tonight.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Mal is at like 2% volume. There we go. Mal is now louder. Say something, Mal.
That's because Mal's talking at 2% volume.
Jesus, my ears. Ah.
That sounds like a you problem.
In fact,
I'm sensing a theme. Sensing a theme here.
if everybody could say something so that we can calibrate the levels quickly here.
Calibrate levels, Dave.
I'm
Calibrate
saying
all
something.
the levels.
Third, say something.
Calibrate.
You need to go up.
Calibrate.
And V. V.
I'm sorry, I was eating a sandwich.
Fair enough.
All right, that's where we are today, everybody. So,
Eating sandwiches.
without further ado, everybody grab your hot toddy, and I will recap what happened last time. It's going to be quick and easy.
Hot toddy with a hot body.
Sure.
Sure.
So, previously on Adventure Select, after their grand adventure, the group took on a simple delivery job where they had to deliver some goods, high priority, high paying goods from the docks to various people around the city. The first two deliveries went pretty well. You delivered some battered gold and jewels to a temple district,
But it was covered in breading and fried.
yes, it was delicious. And
You do weird things in the temple district.
and then some somewhat rare or difficult to acquire materials to a blacksmith in the market district. And then you went to deliver a small box, the most important box that you were told don't shake, to somebody by the name of Diastros in the Heights district, where the rich people live. When you got there, you found a confrontation between a red-headed elven woman and a group of big thuggish brutes that were very much getting into her face. And Pietro decided to walk in and assuage everybody's worries and make sure that they all knew that everything was going to be okay. At which point a fight broke out.
No, at which point the red-headed elven woman decided, I'm gonna use this as a totally legitimate reason to set someone on fire.
Yes, and blasted a dude in the face with a magic missile. Oh yeah, and Urizura got a new blade at the blacksmith. Can't forget that.
Yep. Did that.
A fight ensued, started apparently by this woman, during which you were all...
Apparently.
Well, definitely started by this woman.
Allegedly.
You can't blame us on starting the fight. You started the fight.
We didn't
Look.
start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning, Dave.
There's this thing called gaslighting that I'm doing, and it's really fun.
Can't gaslight me, Dave.
You say that. But the fight...
I was gas lamping.
The fight was going somewhat badly until she managed to put a group of them to sleep. And you barely managed to defeat and kill one of them as well as defeat a couple of others, quickly tied up the remaining ones, and at the urging of this elven woman, you decided to flee the scene of your most recent battle. And she quickly took possession of the box, opened it up to make sure that the contents were good, closed it again, and you departed the scene.
At which point, upon opening the box, it released mindfuck noises, but we're okay.
Glowing red light.
Glowing red light, yes. And that is where our adventure currently brings us. You are currently fleeing the scene of your most recent crime? Sure.
Yeah.
Look,
Not really a crime.
It was kind of
Was it really a
self-defense, really.
Yeah.
Nope, wrong song. There we go.
The Crims attacked us.
All right. So
the thugs came for us.
Did you get a signature? No signatures.
Look, it wasn't required by the dude at the dock, so it doesn't matter.
It's true. So that's where we are. You are currently still at the Diastros Manor. The people that you have tied up are still asleep, and the elven woman turns to you and says, "Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go." Before they wake up.
Where?
You said you knew where we could go. Where can we go?
Oh, right.
You suggested to go to the tavern or whatever.
The Torn Banner.
It's
Yeah.
a place that's not here.
Fair enough.
I
Lead
mean,
the way.
technically, any other place is a place that's not here.
Lead the way. Let's go. Before they wake up.
Right. Let's hop back in the wagon. Go.
Let's get away at the speed of 5 miles an hour.
At the speed of wagon.
Get away at the speed of a tired mag. Woohoo.
So
Or is it a donkey? Is it a donkey?
it's like a
It's a donkey.
it's like a workhorse, like a small one. So it's not like a
pony.
small work pony. Doesn't Pietro always suggest the tavern? I gotta stop looking at chat comments. So you quickly all climb into the cart, which is empty. The elven woman pulls herself up. She looks pretty okay. She quickly glances at the rest of you and sees that you're all kind of covered in blood. Well, sorry, Urizura, you're covered in blood.
Yeah.
Pietro, you're looking a little unsteady on your feet. Everybody else looks mostly fine.
I mean,
I'm covered in my own blood.
yeah, I was about to say, you got fucked up pretty bad, like multiple times, and then got healed a lot. But you still got a bunch of blood all over you.
Who is...
I'm busy using prestidigitation to try and get these blood stains out.
You know how hard it is to get blood out of this cloth?
We talked
Even
about
with
this
magic.
last time, remember? Are you wearing black, baking soda, and vinegar? We talked about this. It came out of the rug really well. Thanks, Saoirse. Great tips.
Who's driving the cart?
Durin can drive.
All right, give me an animal handling
He
check.
hasn't had a drink yet, so...
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I hate when I bleed my own blood. Let's grab a drink.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Durin quickly grabs holds of the reins of the draft horse. Workhorse, not a draft horse. Draft horses are huge. The workhorse. And he goes, yeah! And the horse actually starts moving a bit faster. Whether it's because the smell of blood and occasional acid keeps wafting over its nose, or the fact that you're all clearly in a hurry, is uncertain. But the horse quickly peels off, and the cart starts trundling through the streets.
Does the horse have a name?
The horse does not have a name.
The horse is horse.
The
You
horse
shouldn't go through the desert on this horse.
Nope. It would be good to get
out of the
out of
rain.
though.
out of the rain.
The people on the streets are noticing you. First of all, because you're going quite fast for a delivery cart. Second of all, because Urizura and Pietro, you're both still, looking pretty beat up. Urizura, you notice that as you're putting your brand new greatsword away, that the metal of the blade is hot. It's not like scalding, but it's definitely like glowing a little bit red.
Yeah, I've been kind of like swinging the sword, like trying to be like, do the thing again. Do the thing again. You know.
So,
like that didn't happen when I had my wooden sword, so I was like, oh wow, whatever the lady who made this thing at the blacksmith, whatever they put into this thing, it's like, that's some good stuff.
He gave you a really good deal on that sword.
Despite the looks that you're getting, things are pretty uneventful as you go through the city. Give me a second here to roll a die. Oh, that was a lot of dice. Let's not roll all of those.
That was a lot of dice.
Okay. You managed to get to the Torn Banner without incident. The city passes by. You get a couple of strange looks. The enforcers don't look your way too much. But you kind of get the feeling that you're drawing attention, not necessarily in a good way. But you do manage to get to the tavern well enough, and you kind of pull the reins to a stop outside the tavern. And the elven woman, who's been silent this whole time, looks up and goes, "Ah, yes, okay. This will work. Are we going in?"
Oh, yes. I need a drink. Let's go.
All right. So you all dismount the wagon and just kind of leave it there for now. It's fine. And you head inside, and at this point, it's like, it feels like it's been a day, but it's like 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I'm still sober. That's a problem.
So the tavern is relatively quiet, and Genry, the tavern keeper that sent you on this whole escapade, looks up as you enter, and he's like, "Ah, yes, welcome to." "Oh, are you all right? What happened? What are you?"
Bring me my lunch. You know what I'm talking about. I'll be fine.
He wants it in a cup.
The biggest of cups.
Cup lunch.
But you're covered. I thought it was just a delivery job. Should I call
Your
someone?
captain. I can't do the Durin voice. Apologies.
That's okay.
Hold on. Your captain's idea of nice, easy, simple delivery could use some redefinition.
The elven woman kind of looks at you as you say that, and then walks up to Genry, and he's gets his attention, and he looks at her, and she goes, "We'll just need a private room, if that's okay." And she reaches into her pocket, pulls out a coin, and places it on the bar, and then pulls her hand off, and he looks down at it, and his eyes kind of go wide, takes the coin, and he puts it in his pocket. "Yes, of course. This way, everybody." And he actually guides you around the bar to the door behind him that leads back to where the casks and plates and stuff are held, and then pulls open a door leading into a small windowless room that's got a table, some chairs, and kind of bows and gives you that whole sweeping arm thing. "After you."
All right.
You should maybe ask for some change back. I think you gave him too much. If we have to have the conversation, we can.
Urizura conversation.
I'm not even paying attention to what you just said. I walk into the door, walk through the door, like still looking at the sword, like looking for like the button on the handle that. How do you turn it on?
It just makes me think. Walk through the door. He goes to open the door, and Urizura just goes smash.
Just walks right through it. Yeah, just Kool-Aid Man's right through it. Just not even realizing that it's there.
Like she do.
But
as one does.
What's everybody's passive perception check?
12.
Okay.
I have
Where
to
is
pull up.
the passive perception? Yeah, 12.
13. Excuse me.
Sorry, what was that, Leorah?
13.
13, okay.
12.
Pietro?
10.
Okay. All right. So, as you all enter the room, he closes the door behind you, and then he stops and he opens the door and he goes, "Don't drink everything in there, but feel free to indulge a little bit." And he closes the door again.
I'm gonna look for the most expensive thing back here.
Okay.
Of course you are.
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
That is such a. I knew as soon as he said
21.
that, I was like,
21.
yep. What? You know what? Why is it that Pietro, like, he always,
He rolls high
like,
when there's
makes-
booze involved.
yeah, like when there's alcohol or something, or like, oh, I need to prestidigitate to like make myself look beautiful. Like it's like, oh, nat 20, cool, you look amazing. But then it's like, oh, I need to critical succeed on this check here. 1.
The dice clearly approve of his playboy lifestyle.
They
Yep.
they
So-
do. They understand.
As you're looking through the booze, you notice that just about everything in here is pretty middle shelf. It's not terrible, it's not bottom shelf, and it's definitely not top tier shelf, but it's like middle shelf. But you do manage to find a nice half full bottle of bourbon.
Ooh. Okay.
Which
I'm-
probably is a bit better than anything else that you're able to find.
I'm taking the bottle of bourbon.
The
Right now.
The elven woman sits down at the table and kind of slumps. She's like, oh. So, who wants to start? None of
Is
you
there any
look like...
cider back there? Hashtag priorities from Leorah.
Hashtag priorities.
No? Okay. Checking.
Pietro, with your investigation check, you can easily find her a bottle of cider.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's alcoholic cider, but you can find it.
Oh no.
Excellent. Perfect.
So the woman kind of sets her staff against the wall, and she kind of looks at you, and you notice that she's taken a chair as far away from the other chairs as possible, as far away from the rest of you as possible, and she kind of looks at you and she goes, "So, I was told to expect one person, and none of you match that description. So what is going on here?"
Surprise!
Well, the guy in the fancy hat was paying us to go do it for him.
We're
Is
contractors.
Is the person you're expecting an orc of a flamboyant style?
No.
Big
No,
hat?
it is not.
Then I would be wondering exactly why he had your package then.
When were you hired
What-
to deliver this?
Today.
Today.
In fact, the barkeep here, Gendry, told us to go seek the captain down there at the wharf. He was the one that had us load up the cart and specifically instructed we bring this box and make sure it was not jostled in any way, shape, or form.
So, as you're explaining this, you just see her do the Picard facepalm, just like, ugh. You don't even know what you stumbled into. Lovely.
Not in the slightest, lass.
Lovely.
I do hope it's fun, though.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun when those fools wake up and realize exactly what's been done to them. Although I must congratulate you on at least using an alias of a family that only lives out west. I can't imagine that they'll find any of the Demarkis here in town.
Yeah. What are the odds of that? I say as I take another big swig of the
Start
bourbon.
sweating nervous.
You
Um,
see Saoirse just in the background also doing the Picard palm.
Pietro, give me a
Bluff check.
Deception.
deception check. That's Jack.
Please be a
17.
one.
17.
Aw. I
So
was hoping it'd be like a nat 1. It'd be like, oh my god.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
She'd just be like, we're all gonna die. Excellent.
well, she kind of dusts off the sleeve of her robe a little bit. She looks at the rest of you and she goes, "So it takes 5 people to be a courier today, does it?"
We're a
More
team.
like
We're
we
our
had-
only delivery.
And we had some other plans before we suddenly got a bit wrapped up with those gentlemen.
Oh, you're mercenaries, aren't you?
I prefer the term contractors, but
Kind of a strong word.
I just do things for money.
Clearly. Well, that complicates things quite a bit, doesn't it? And you can see that she's like thinking and like rolling things over, and
I don't think it makes things too much more complicated for me. I still hear coins jingling.
right, payment. Well, I suppose it's only fair, although I must tell you that this payment is contingent on me getting to the next link in the chain. And given the way things have been going, I might need your help with that.
So you're not this package's final destination?
Of course not.
Let
me shed some light on what exactly it is that you've been hired to do. This package, and she holds up the box, which is closed. This package is intended for someone in this city that's not supposed to have it. Do you know what's in here? Did you
Other
open
than
it?
when... Nay, lass. Though when you did, it gave me something of a wicked headache.
Well, this, and she flips the latches and she opens the box again, and you immediately notice that whatever you felt that first time doesn't happen this time. She opens it, she turns it around so that you can see into it, and you see 6... I don't know what the actual term is, but they're like hexagonal, but like cylindrical with points at the end. They're 6-sided, but they go to points, whatever, doesn't matter. 6
Prisms?
Sure, let's go with that.
Good to know.
Yeah, there's 6 red crystals in a carefully padded box. And they're just kind of sitting there. They're not necessarily glowing, but you're pretty sure you can see something around them.
Do they still have an aura?
Yes, it is the same one you saw last time.
And just to confirm something,
Mm-hmm.
auras are only around like sentient things, right?
Auras tend to be around sentient things as far as you have been made aware. You have occasionally seen faint auras around things that are not necessarily sentient, but you're not sure
Like
if that was
animals, like living things,
No.
usually, right?
Yeah. Trees.
Now, what sort of check would be required to actually have some kind of idea as to what we're looking at? Is that a...
That would be an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not very good at that, but I can give it a shot.
Well,
Of course, this is where I roll low.
You're too drinking.
Yeah,
I got a
that's saying
7.
he's
To be
drinking
fair-
too much. Well, I got a
to
nat
be
20,
fair-
so it's a 19.
Nat 20. Okay.
And I rolled an 18, so I have a 17.
Jesus.
To be fair, Pietro's only been at this whole magic business for like a few weeks. I think he's doing all right.
Saoirse and Leorah, do you want to roll Arcana checks?
Ha!
Sure.
You don't have
It's the
to.
first nat 20 I've gotten this entire game, and it's the
13.
one that I've got a -1 on.
Eh,
It
17.
figures.
All right. So,
I
Durin,
may not be trained in it, but
you know
I'm
exactly
normalized.
what this is because you've seen it before during the wars. Because you've been around that long.
Mhm.
This is Varium. Varium, just to bring everybody up to speed, it's been a few sessions, is a magical enhancement material. When used to enhance magic,
I
mechanically,
remember this.
it makes you cast a spell as if it was 2 levels higher for every ounce of Varium that you use.
But it also goes boom very, very easily.
Yes.
Durin is going to, as soon as he identifies what it is going to quickly scoot back from the table on his chair and put a lot more distance between him and the box.
And the
Pretty.
Pietro is going to actually reach towards the box, towards the crystals.
Would.
But
Now, would
He's
Saoirse and
Hold on.
Urizura also know what it is?
Urizura, you don't know what it is. You don't know the name, but you
I would
have
imagine that like her dad had told her about it from his time in the war or something.
yes, something about some kind of magic rock. But you've never seen it. You don't know what it's called. But you have heard of magic rocks that made people more powerful, basically.
So I'll probably back away from that because I don't want anything to do with that.
Pietro's going to reach for it, but more to gauge her reaction than to actually pick the shit up.
Saoirse, you recognize this quite intimately, and you have an immediate flashback to your childhood.
oh, lovely.
It's not a happy memory.
Plot.
No.
Let's go plot.
As the two of you back away, Urizura and Durin, she kind of nods to you in acknowledgement, and then she gently pulls the box out of Pietro's reach without even looking at him.
He shrugs, goes back to drinking.
Lass,
I'm
I guess.
Lass, I'm afraid I'm going to have to now ask some very pointed questions on why exactly we were given that to transport to a quote-unquote noble in the noble district.
She closes the box, snaps it shut. By the way, Saoirse, do you want anybody to notice your reaction to it?
Oh, I am stone-faced.
Okay, give me a deception check.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Wow.
Give me a second here.
Deception is one of my, like, big skills.
So I rolled a 21 on insight for that.
Ooh.
I think this would be passive perception to notice Saoirse's
it?
face.
Okay, fair
Passive
enough.
insight.
Fair enough. Passive
not-
insight's 12.
Would it be passive insight or it's one of the passives? It's since she's
Yeah.
going
It
out
would
of her
be
way to
passive-
hide it,
It
and we're not actively looking.
Yeah.
Insight, yeah.
Yeah, it would be insight.
It would be insight and it would be passive, yeah.
Okay, then I got a 12, so
Okay.
yeah, absolutely don't know what
So
that is.
nobody else notices
14.
your reaction to that, Saoirse. So she closes the box and she latches it shut and she tucks it away in her robes. Do you understand what a courier chain is meant to do in a city like this?
Most couriers, I imagine, take the package, don't open it, and don't ask questions.
Yes, but if it's coming from one person to you, to me, to another person, what would be the purpose of that?
To hide it.
Obviously, to hide it.
Oh, it's when people are lazy and don't want to do the work themselves, so they offload it on other people to do it for them.
Also
Durin's gonna
true.
kind of look at Urizura and go, technically true, yes, that's another way.
I suppose that's
Papa always said it
certain.
was delegating.
Well, delegation has its benefits, especially if you don't want to be caught with a highly illegal substance. Therium is illegal in the city of Tyrus, unlike just about anything else you can imagine. You're part of a smuggler chain now. Or at least, you were until you handed this off to me. Which is why I'm very upset with your person of foppish captaincy getting you involved last minute. People in this chain are vetted for weeks, months. This is my third delivery, and I've been working with these people for half a year.
Well, I think somebody should have vetted the half work a bit better.
And
So
really,
do you even know the captain that we're speaking of?
I would really have preferred that you not tell me as much as you can, because the purpose of a courier chain is that only the people delivering to you and the person you're delivering to are known to you. And therefore, if somebody gets caught, there is a limit to how much damage they can do. Now you've told me enough that if somebody asks me the right questions in the right way, I will probably be able to identify your part of the chain. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's possible. Smuggling is dangerous.
Well, see, you've kind of botched this all of us up by involving us and telling us this and making it such a big deal. If you wanted to, you could just disappear with this and we'd have never known. We'd have just thought somebody's trying to rob you. But now you've involved us, so stop trying to place the blame on us.
Yeah.
We didn't even know we were smuggling. Now we do.
I have my reasons. First and foremost is the fact that you saved my life, and I appreciate that.
That, and I
welcome.
imagine those lads from earlier will still want to have a word with you.
They
Especially
will.
since they seem to know about the package when they probably shouldn't.
Well, if they remember anything when they wake up.
Oh, they'll probably
I hit
remember.
them pretty hard.
That is fair. You didn't hit the leader, though. I didn't get his name. Well,
I thought I did hit him pretty hard.
I think Urizura
lost
hit
some
everyone
faces.
pretty hard.
The better question is, who didn't I hit?
that's fair. And sorry, it's been a couple of weeks. I honestly don't remember if you
Really
I'll say that you did.
jumped in the midst of them and began doing the spin to win. So I think every single one of them got clapped at least a little bit by Urizura.
Fair. Okay.
Anyway,
Yes.
doesn't really matter.
So, you did save my
He's
life.
not-
You helped me out. And if you get caught for something like this, if they come after you, I want you to at least know why. And also, I could use your help further.
Further. What's is this going to be paid work, or are you just asking for a favor?
Durin's going to abruptly glare at Pietro and be like, "Lad, do you know what you're asking? That's Varium there. You may not have been around during the last war, but I've seen what the hell this stuff does. And that much of it? Going to God knows where?
There are uses for it. But
Aye, lass. No, I'm well aware of all the damn uses of it.
I'm sure.
That's the problem.
So, you were around in the last war?
I was around for both.
Ooh.
Just a wee lad during the first, but I got to see the second plenty up close.
I understand. Suffice to say that, as far as I have been made aware, this won't actually be used. It'll be studied. But I'm not privy to all of the machinations of my employers, much like you. But I don't care about that right now. I do care about making this delivery because that's how I get paid. But in the meantime, somebody has broken into this courier chain. I don't know how or why.
they said that there was a portage shortage when we were given.
Yeah, there's like some strike or whatever at the harbor or something.
Big
maybe
kerfuffle down
that's-
at the docks.
Yeah.
Did they say how long it's been going on?
They don't
I
really want to
it's
talk
been-
about it.
Well, for one thing, did they? Because it's been a hot second since we talked.
They did not.
Like a
They did not
month.
say how long it had been going on.
Okay.
They're
Uh,
awfully
It's
tight-lipped
been
about the
going
whole
on
thing.
long enough that even mentioning that you're able to do deliveries for the captains will see you mobbed by them.
There's a cranky dwarf woman at the office, and she didn't want to talk about it.
And she told us not to talk about it.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about it.
Shit.
You made a promise.
Interesting. Shortage. She's sitting there, and you can see her like mulling things over and thinking to
The
herself.
gear is turning in her mind.
Did your foppish captain? Did he say who was supposed to deliver it? Who was supposed to make these deliveries?
Did he?
No.
He only said. He didn't say who, he only said that he hadn't arrived and he'd been waiting for quite some time for him already.
I was kind of distracted by his hat. I don't remember much of what he said. Sorry.
I was distracted by, how flirtatious he was. Not that I minded.
Interesting. Are you interested in trying to find that man? I can give you a description. Don't involve your foppish captain, or the Porters Guild if you can help it. But I want to know what the hell prevented him from making this delivery. If he told someone, because he only knows he only knows who he's getting it from, and who he's delivering it to, and that would be me.
And those lads obviously wanted to have a word with you, knowing exactly where you were.
And if the delivery had been on time, there wouldn't have been a problem. They only showed up an hour or two in advance, held me hostage. There was no way I was going to be able to break free, so I appreciate that you did show up when you did. But had it been on time, I would have been long gone.
There's also the small problem that those lads obviously knew that the delivery was going to be there and being handed off to you, but they didn't know that the first man wasn't around anymore. So we're looking at two parties.
I wonder if he was working independently. They didn't seem to know what the delivery was, only that it was valuable. And of course it is valuable to the right people. But regardless, you five stick out like a sore thumb.
What?
Oh, that's no doubt.
I mean,
Well,
the
I have-
at
8-foot
least-
tall woman says indignantly.
I would love it
least-
if she said you four and just
Yeah, I was about
completely,
to say, like, Durin goes,
Saoirse's gone.
oh, we four definitely stand out. And Saoirse's
Yes,
just gone.
Saoirse's gone. No, you three, because Saoirse's gone and Leorah's like down behind someone's knees or what.
You know what?
I've got hair. I have
Retcon.
hair.
Retcon. You four stand out like a sore thumb. But
And then Durin quickly looks around the table and Saoirse's just not there.
It's like in the cartoons where it's like there's like a dotted line of where she was.
Yeah, just
like a-
flashing.
Like a vapor trail.
Like
it's
a little
just
sweat drop behind Durin as like Saoirse slowly like rises up behind him.
Like the, what is it, the Undertaker scene, just like slowly looming.
um
I'm still trying to get the blood out of my clothes. It's gonna
while
be a while.
drinking.
While
He's
So I
got
want to see.
one hand on his drink and the other is like, snapping his fingers trying to get the blood out. It's like, fucking, come on, man.
Is
Well,
the
baking soda and
prestidigitation getting
vinegar.
sloppier and sloppier?
I don't know.
I don't know. If anything, the magic might be coming easier and easier.
Instead the blood starts spelling things like "Eat it, Joe's."
Eat it, Pietros.
Eat it, Pietro's. Yeah. Eat it, DeMarchi's.
I need to go make
Eat
this
it,
delivery.
Mick Marquis.
I need to go and make
Mick
this delivery.
Marchi's.
Please no.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. I need
Alright,
to go.
so-
And, I need to go and make this delivery. If I'm already late enough as it is, and if I don't make the delivery, I don't get paid. You don't get paid. So
Are you sure you're willing to go make that delivery on your own, lass?
I'm reasonably confident that they won't be able to find me quite so easily. But
Well, if they know where you're delivering to, doesn't matter if they can find you. They'll just wait.
they have no idea who I'm delivering to. Only I know.
Are we sure?
And the person that I'm delivering to. And if they're not there, I pitch this box in the sea and call it good.
Aye, fair enough.
Okay. There's just two things. One,
Go on.
still haven't heard about pay. And two, what is this all for?
The delivery, you mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not exactly...
Lad, it's a smuggling ring. I doubt she knows other than the general sense.
I've been told it's for a
ver-
good cause. Other than that, I have no idea. But as to
Whose
pay...
good cause is the question.
She goes into her robes and she pulls out a small bag and she puts it on the table. And she goes, "That's what the courier was promised, and that's what I was supposed to deliver. The fact that there's 4 of you might mean that it's a little... Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I forgot that you were here. 5 of you
You
might
see like
mean...
a little smirk.
The fact that there's 5 of you might mean that it's not as much as you were expecting, but that's what I was given, and there you go." And she puts it on the table.
This lad of yours that went missing.
Wait, what'd you just put on the table?
Small
A bag
purse.
of money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start counting it.
Okay.
But go ahead.
It is a very light purse, but it does in fact have 25 platinum pieces.
Platinum.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, no, that's not as much as you might think.
We've been getting paid in gold, so that's for one person. That's pretty good. This lad of yours that went missing. When was the last you heard from him?
He was new to the courier line. I have never actually met him. All I have is his description.
Well, that makes this a little more awkward.
He works for the Porters Guild. You know what? I can tell you what what he looks like. And he's recently gone missing. I'm sure that with that information, you could probably find something.
Durin's gonna lean back in his chair and stroke his great big bushy beard for a moment, contemplating things. And then, after a moment of pondering, go, "I think we're looking at 2 distinct different problems here. The Porters Guild suddenly starts running out of people. No word on where they've gone or why. Your lad goes missing. And then at the same time, these hooligans seem to know that you've got a valuable package ready to be grabbed, but don't know that the first man has gone missing."
Mm-hmm. 2 separate problems that both seem related.
I mean, she's kind of got you there.
I suppose we can go looking for your missing lad then. It'll also help figure out what's wrong with the rest of the porters.
Well, I'm sure if you figure that out, someone will be more than happy to reward you for that. Probably the Porters Guild. If they're as mobbed as you say they are, I'm sure they're at their wits' end.
I think the docks need to come under new management.
Don't say that too loudly. You might not wake up the next morning. You all must be new to the city.
Could you tell?
Says Urizura with a great big grin.
The docks...
Wow, you're like psychic or something.
Yes, and let's pretend that I am. The docks are run by the Porters Guild, essentially. They handle all of the cargo coming into and going out of the port. They are well-staffed, usually. They are well-funded, and they are responsible for the lifeblood of the city. Everything comes into or out of the docks. Well, not everything, but quite a few things.
Seems the lifeblood has got a bit of a clog now at the moment.
Which,
That was funny.
which is a problem, yes. In a few days, it could be a disaster.
A disaster, you say?
A disaster in which the city starts to slowly die as people stop getting essential goods delivered. Or the economy grinds to a halt as everybody is forced to deal with their deliveries in person. And the Porters Guild is certainly not set up for that. So, if you're willing to look into this missing man, and you find out that it's all related, the city and the Porters Guild will be more than happy to thank you for your efforts. Mal, to answer your question, give me a history check.
Alrighty then.
In history.
The Porter
Oh.
Guild.
Blah. 8.
Okay. Well, is there...
Yeah.
Let me give you the description of this man. He is, from what I've been told, a dwarf. Short beard. Brown. He has a scar over his left eye. Vertical. He's somewhat burly. And he has misaligned fingers on his right hand. Do you think that will be sufficient?
Alright, just out of character. When you say misaligned, does that mean some shorter and longer, or does it look like his hand got hit with something and kind of put back together wrong?
Boxer's fracture.
Gotcha.
And what was the other part of that description there?
Scar over his left eye, vertical.
Okay.
And
Short brown beard.
short brown beard.
Dwarf.
Bushy beard.
Burly.
Burly. Yes.
Nope, short beard. So it's not great and bushy, which is
Aw.
odd.
He's a burly dwarf dude with a tiny little beard. He's got a scar on his eye, and his hands look weird.
And the elven woman just kind of looks at you and is like, she like chuckles and then like immediately goes back to serious.
Short brown beard. What was it? Was the right hand that had misaligned fingers?
Yes.
All right. Dwarf, vertical left eye scar, short brown beard, burly, misaligned fingers on right hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then she gives a sigh and she stands up, picks up her quarterstaff again. Is there anything else? I don't want to be delayed too much in making this delivery. I don't want it on me any more than anybody else would.
Durin's still not gonna be very pleased with the idea of Varium being moved around, but he's not gonna make any moves to stop her.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Like, I know that stuff is generally bad news, but Urizura is like, I mean, that's your business.
Pietro quietly weighing whether he wants to steal it or not, and decides to let her go.
I will say that if Pietro decided, I'm gonna steal that and try to resell it, Durin would not be happy.
Who said anything about reselling it?
I don't even know if Pietro could. I don't know.
Pietro's gonna powder that shit and snort it.
I was about to say, as a warlock, he might be able to use it. I don't know. It's like it.
Just shove it up his butt like a suppository.
I mean, like,
it's power.
Sharp, jagged edges. Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Sand it off.
it's basically Dragon Age Lyrium, except it can be used as, hey, that big castle wall there. Let's delete that, which is why it's a little.
Hey, that big castle wall there. No, it isn't.
Yeah, it's literally like nuh-uh, and then there's no more castle.
So she kind of dusts off her robes again. Well then, one thing I will recommend is try to keep a low profile. You are, even in a city like this, you are rather distinct. If that thug and his group have any kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Grudge.
Death wish.
Have any kind of grudge
network.
for what you've done, then they might be looking for you when they wake up. Which they've been awake for a while now, I'm sure. Probably escaped their bonds. But good luck. And next time somebody hires you for a delivery job, check the package. Whether they tell you to or not.
Yep, that's
Seems
good advice.
disingenuous.
That seems fair.
And she gives you a curt nod and opens the door, looks around, steps out, closes the door behind her, and she's gone.
All right, out of character, she's totally gonna get mugged for that Varium.
Yeah,
she's
that's not
gonna
our business.
She's gonna make it all the way to her drop-off point, and it's gonna be like, "Oh, it was me, Dio, the whole time." And yeah, no. But that's
So
just
we
out
gotta
of
go
character.
find a dwarf and
Find the one-armed man.
basically. And I'm also kind of getting the urge of taking over the docks, but that's just me.
I feel like
Level
need
2
more
Warlock
than
walks into the Porters Guild and says, I run this place now. Level 15 fighter comes down and says, excuse me, what?
Literally, Pietro walks in and goes, "Look at me. I am the captain now."
I'm telling you, I'm gonna take over this town. Mark
mean,
my
we might-
words.
We might need more than just 5 of us. Just saying.
Only at
What?
level
So Pietro's 11?
I mean, maybe.
That's to be fair, that's a heist movie, not a take over the town movie.
Pietro's 11. You know what? I'll accept it.
And when it becomes a heist movie, it becomes Saoirse's 11.
Yeah, if it's a heist movie, it's Saoirse's 11.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to vote for resting for a bit because I'm out of spell slots.
I lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
I need to replace that blood with alcohol.
Okay.
I mean, you're already working on that.
Yup.
So,
The constant battle.
this room isn't necessarily the most comfortable room to rest in, but you could get a short rest in here pretty easily. It's been probably about an hour since you've had that fight, so you can go ahead and mark a short rest with no problem.
Well, we need to. I'm thinking we've got to return the cart, head back to the docks, give back the cart, and then I guess we start investigating the problem with the Porters Guild. Because if our missing lad is a porter, if we find the other missing porters, reason to be he might be with them.
Would anyone like to add on to that? Have a discussion. Go for it.
I mean, you know, where do you find a dwarf? I mean, there's one right there. How different can they look?
That's
Durin's just gonna have a very deadpan look on his face.
Do you know this dwarf, Durin? Do you like all know each other, or is that?
Wow.
Brewer, help me. Picard face gonna reappear, just like Brewer, help me.
The casual racism. Mmm, delicious.
If it came from anyone, I would expect it to come from Pietro.
It's true.
I mean, you know, the
Look,
foppish noble. who's
Urizura
drunk
did
all
live in
time.
the woods for 30 years.
Never saw a
Or
dwarf
however
before
old
now.
she is. No, she's
25.
never seen a dwarf before.
You are
Pietro's
In a
20.
gonna-
van down by the river.
Pietro's gonna get up, walk over to where he found those ciders before, grab himself one, stop halfway back to the table, turn around, grab himself a second cider, and then go sit down again.
Okay.
And keep cleaning while we talk.
Okay.
All right. So, who do we know on the docks again? That captain might still be there.
Boaterin.
There was Boaterin. Captain Boaterin might still be there. There was what the lady in the office.
We could speak with the harbor master again, but she didn't seem like she was particularly
She's
able to provide much information.
And time frame wise, when did this guy go missing again? This morning? Last night?
Captain Boaterin told you that he was looking for him yesterday and he didn't show up.
Okay. So a whole day.
At the very
At least-
least.
Yeah. And we don't know anyone who would know this guy.
I mean, I don't.
We could inquire with the harbor master since he was part of the Porters Guild, but attempting to find the missing porters.
Let's start with the captain. Let's go to Captain Boaterin, because he was already looking for him. So he might know where this dwarf hangs out or rests his head. That'll at least give us a starting point. We can retrace the captain's steps. Maybe find this dwarf's trail and track him down. I think that'd be better than bothering the harbor master again.
Yeah, maybe.
It did seem like they were busy.
Just a little.
And very unhelpful. Really needing new management.
If we go back, you know what we can do?
Pietro's not going to give that up, is he?
Nope.
Well, I mean, for once, I don't actually disagree with him.
But his hat.
I really want that hat too. I know the
Yeah,
feeling.
you want me to steal it?
I mean, it
I
could be
think-
a group effort.
Oh Lord.
Like,
But
couldn't you just
see,
like buy a hat?
But see, if we're gonna turn this into a hat heist, we're gonna need to find 6 more party members.
There's only one hat, though. What's the division of loot here?
The division of hat, like
We're getting
much-
it for
is,
we're
is
getting
it
it
like
for
a
a client. It goes to Leorah.
Is it like now the hat is on a timeshare? Is that what's going on?
There's only 7 days in a week.
I mean, we could also have a craft night, and we could buy stuff and make our own hats, and that way we each have one. I love this
Oh
idea.
god, it's like Girl Genius with the Jaeger monsters making their fancy hot.
Oh,
It's like, that looks.
look at that man with a man wearing a hat like that. You know he's really good.
It's
Honestly.
got the craziest looking hat. Like it's like made out of an entire alligator. It's just this fucking
The
monster.
alligator
It's a,
hat from
it's a
Metal Gear
living
Solid 3.
alligator.
Yeah, but like it also has a top hat on top of it. Like I mean, it's just goofy as shit.
Hatception.
I just think his hat would look really good with my eye patch.
I mean,
How
to be
long
fair,
until Pietro becomes a pirate?
I mean, that's up to you.
He's already
he needs
halfway
to be.
there.
He needs to be missing. Have a peg leg and have a hook for a hand.
There is a paladin specific subclass for Pirate of the Seas. Sorry, Paladin of the Seas.
You're
Fancy.
kidding, right?
I am not.
That makes me want to have played. If I knew that existed, I would have played a paladin. Because that sounds.
You can
great.
multi-class.
You can.
Good.
It's
You
true.
could take an
Oh,
oath. That
But
next
no,
level.
but
A dwarf
problem
is
is-
multi-classed into a paladin of the seas. Oh lord, that would be fantastic.
a pirate dwarf. How's that? You know what? No, we'll leave that just that image in
There's
your head.
nothing wrong with
Won't
a
go any
pirate
further
dwarf.
than that.
In any event, would you like to head to the docks? Is that what you're doing?
Nothing better
Uh,
to do.
Oh wait, I need to mark a short rest on my feet.
Yes. Make sure you have marked a short rest. Between the journey and sitting here drinking.
Where the hell is?
I'm gonna take these ciders with me.
Oh, there's no button for short rest. There's just.
There is. It's at the top of your character sheet.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah. So
Just don't drink and drive.
I'm not
Did that
driving.
not roll the? No, it didn't. I have to roll them
Hmm.
manually.
I still have no spell slots, but it did restore everything else.
Okay.
I maybe have one. I can't remember if I used the last one or not.
I used all of them because Pietro kept being like, "This axe looks like it would be a wonderful fashion
Oh, it's
statement."
delicious. I want this in my face right now.
No, direct to the stomach. Like it skipped every portion between mouth and everywhere.
Nom, 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 nom.
Steel axe, apply directly to the forehead. Steel axe, apply directly to the forehead.
God, those commercials were so bad.
So bad.
Awful. I literally saw that, and it's when the first time I saw that, my brain immediately went Half-Life to head crab, apply directly to the forehead. Head crab. And then the guy starts running around screaming. Head crab. It's like, yep, no, that makes sense.
All right, so as you leave the room and walk past Genry, you notice the bar is starting to fill up a little bit more. Your prestidigitation has paid off, Pietro. Now you look only slightly tipsy, but definitely clean. Urizura, you're still...
Excellent.
You have made no efforts to clean yourself up, so you're doing fine.
Yep, I'm good.
It's mostly not your blood anyway.
As far as I'm aware, it's mostly not my blood.
He gets out of the way to let you pass. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't even look at you as you walk out. And your cart is still there with your horse, just kind of sitting there.
Excellent.
did
I
we
mean, we
get
hadn't
this
been in
horse?
there. We hadn't been in there that long.
Yeah, like 30 minutes, maybe.
So
Where
I'm
did
super lucky, guys.
we got it. This is Captain Boater had it loaded up, so we need to just take it back to the portmaster and hand off the cart and horse.
I wonder if he'll let me keep the horse.
It's not his horse.
I doubt it.
I mean, where would you
Shame.
keep it?
It is the Port Authority's horse. You'd have to ask the Port Authority. I'm sure when you own the Port Authority, you won't
See?
have any trouble keeping the horses.
Exactly. Another reason I should take over the Port Authority. I'm glad everyone's getting on board with this.
Durin's just going to pat him on the shoulder and goes, "Yes, yes, yes. You you will rule all of Tyrus in short time, I'm sure."
Reach up and pat the shoulder because you're a dwarf and he's a human.
Yep, exactly.
Do little
On the
hops to
tiptoes.
pat.
On the tiptoes, yeah.
So you climb into the cart and you head back towards the port. It's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. The sun's starting to get a little low in the sky, but it's still, mid-afternoon. When you get to the port, it's just as busy as it was before. There's people coming and going, a bunch of ships docked, and of course, a bunch of people in fancy clothes waiting outside the harbor master's office. Where are you headed?
I was
Weren't we
still
going to
thinking.
the harbor masters? Look see if she knows
Well-
about the dwarf.
Well, we were gonna go ahead and drop off the horse and
Oh,
carry
yeah.
cart with the or with the Port Authority, and then, I mean, if it's still just as busy,
Wasn't like the orc dude supposed to pay us when we got back or something? Or
the
did he pay us
second part
already?
of it,
No, he wasn't. He paid you in advance.
he was just supposed to make sure that we didn't hear that anything unfortunate happened after our delivery. So,
By the way, how did you divide that 25 platinum before we go any further? If you did, or did Pietro just grab all of it?
Pietro hasn't divided any of the money yet.
No, he hasn't.
Durin is definitely taking 5 of it since it's 5 people.
All right, just
I mean,
making
obviously-
sure.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. So
I nominate literally anyone else to handle our money.
Yeah.
Well, how
I
about
haven't-
me?
You know what? I trust the rogue more with our money than just
I
Pietro.
haven't spent a copper of it, so
I have to make change for that. So of course I haven't spent it.
yeah, it's still all gold and platinum.
I have impulse control issues, so you probably shouldn't let me handle it.
We'd come back with an entire house's worth of goodies. Just she wants
Drugs and
stuff-
hats for everyone.
She would just fill her little room up at where she's staying and be like, "There's literally nowhere to sleep. It's just full of tchotchkes."
I need
show
to
up-
buy another room so I could fill that one up with stuff.
With
so I
more
can sleep
stuff.
somewhere.
You show up for breakfast and you're like, I didn't know you could cast her Hero's Feast, and she's like, I can't.
I can cast Daddy's credit card.
As you approach the harbor master's office, you can see where the horse and the cart are supposed to go. They're nearby. There are still a bunch of captains just kind of hanging out around the building. They're not. They all look impatient and tired and grumpy, but they're all just kind of hanging out. You don't see the same people there that you saw before. So,
Is the same dwarf behind the desk there?
yes, the same dwarven lady is behind the desk.
All right. I guess while we're handing off the cart, Durin's going to approach her and see if he can inquire as to when this trouble with the Porters Guild all started. So I guess while everyone's doing that,
She's sitting at her desk. There's nobody at her desk. It's just her. The room has several, maybe a dozen people just kind of sitting around, standing and waiting. She's looking through papers and looking at a book, and she's got a quill in her hand, and she's making a note. She's looking at the papers again. And then she kind of she hears you approach, and she goes, slams down the quill and goes, "What? Oh, sorry. I thought you were a captain. Haven't I seen
nay,
you?"
lass, you may have seen us earlier, but was just wanting to inquire as to when this whole mess with the Porters Guild started.
She gets this exasperated look on her face. I have no comment on the current issues with the porters and the porter shortage. I would like to direct you to have a seat and wait for the next available person to assist you.
Please take
Durin's-
a number.
And Durin's going to raise a bushy eyebrow and then kind of lean in so he's not talking out loud to where all the captains can hear, and say, "Now, would you say the same thing if instead there were several individuals that would be looking to try and help with what happened with the porters?"
Give me a persuasion check.
Your business is very important to us. Please take a number, and our customer
22.
representatives will get back to you as soon as we're
laying
able.
on that,
Please
The
laying
dwarf-
on that
will
dwarf
liaise
riz.
with you shortly.
The dwarf.
22. So she looks at you, and then she kind of like looks around.
Ooh.
Unofficially, what do you want to know?
Well, suffice to say, there's an individual with the Porters Guild we're trying to find. But at the same time, every single one of the porters disappears at the same time strikes me as a bit odd.
It's
I'd
not all been at the same time. It's been going on, getting worse for the last couple of weeks. It's just, first it was one, then it was another. A couple of days later, it was two more.
And these gents just disappeared?
They
No
stopped.
trace?
They stopped showing up for work. I don't know anything more than that. I've been told not to comment on it because somebody is looking into it. And I don't
Now,
know anything
like-
more than that.
Contacted the guard or anything?
Of course we've contacted the enforcers. I mean, they said that they're working on it and they give us regular updates, but as far as we know, these people just left. They're just gone.
Might we inquire exactly who's looking into this? To at least offer our services to help.
That's above my pay grade. I don't know. I just know that the enforcers are working on it. I don't get a lot of information from my boss because they're trying to appease everybody in the ports. Do you understand how bad this is? Look, you said you were looking for a specific person?
Aye.
Okay. Who are you looking
Gen-
for?
Dwarf. Short fellow. Short beard.
Where's,
Brown.
Want to hear the song?
Vertical scar over his left eye. Bit of a busted up right hand.
Hit it, Leorah.
He's a burly dwarf dude with a tiny little beard. He's got a scar on his eye and his fingers are weird.
Yes, thank you, Leorah.
You're welcome.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you.
Says with the little strum of her lute.
Okay.
Can I get exclusive busking rates? We'll talk about this later. Never mind.
We don't allow buskers at the port. It's too busy. There's a couple of people it could be, but when did he go missing?
Oh, Captain... What's his name? Gobar?
Boderin.
Motoring.
Oh,
Durin had been planning to meet the gentleman yesterday, but he never showed.
Yesterday. I think you'd be looking for Harney. Yes, that sounds like Harney. He's one of our longer term porters. He's been here for years, which is why it's so weird that he's not here all of a sudden. Harney came in a couple of days ago and was fine. And now he's not there? It doesn't make any sense. I understand people can leave the city and find other jobs, but all at the same time, it's too much.
Durin's going to take a moment and think back to our most recent encounter with a horrible Gribbly in the sewers, and ask her. Now, this might seem a bit unrelated, but have you heard anything about any individuals going missing within the Undercity?
She kind of gives you this look like, what? No, I haven't heard anything about that. You should talk to Harney's friend. They've been friends for years. If anybody knows what he was up to, going into the sewers or Undercity or whatever, then that would. I have to look it up. Hold on. And she starts looking through her papers and stuff. And you have like a brief moment. The other captains have apparently noticed your conversation, and all of them are kind of like trying to edge a little bit closer to hear what you're talking about.
I'll give them a glare.
The 8-foot big lady gives them the unamused glance.
Personal space.
Give me an intimidation check, Urizura.
In the Conan voice, personal space.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna use my thing. Where is it? That one.
Substitute strength for intimidation.
Not yet.
No, I have a tactical mind, which lets me add a D10 to an ability. So I rolled a 9, so I'm adding 4 to that. 13.
13. So
Yes.
you kind of turn and give them a glare, and a few of the captains are like, ooh, back away, but a couple of them aren't so intimidated, and they continue trying to listen.
Okay.
Yes, here it is. You want to talk to Gless. Gless is Harney's friend. They've been working together for years. He should be here. Where is he? Check over at the carts manager. He should be over there. He's busy, obviously, but I think he just came in for a delivery not too long ago. So he should still be there. If you hurry, you can catch him.
Thank you, lass. Appreciate the assistance.
And now, officially, we cannot comment on the porter shortage.
Ported shortage.
The portage shortage.
She kind of like blinks and like slaps herself a little bit. The porter shortage. We are working to resolve it as quickly as possible, and we ask for your patience
take
in this
a
trying
number.
time. Thank you.
Your call is very unimportant to us.
I just realized for the portage shortage, we're looking for a shorter porter.
Oh, God.
Do you think he has some potage to go with his portage?
I was about to say there's some porridge in that.
I bet-
portage.
For like fun, he does portage.
Pottage. It's okay though. He might have some potash. And we're getting off topic now.
We are.
It's all right.
It's not
He
the
was
first
born-
time this has happened.
He was born in the
No.
era of marijuana, also called the potage.
Rip.
So she immediately dismisses you after giving her spiel again, and goes back to her papers, looking at a paper, picking up her quill, writing in a book, looking at her papers, and she quickly gives you like a get out of the way, looks up and goes, Captain Hargrave, if you'd come to my desk, I can help you out. We have a moment here. And this big, like, super muscular, like, straining the seams of his jacket captain walks up and pushes past you to get to her desk and just goes, "It's about time."
So he's shoving past us.
Yes,
Can I attempt to pick his pocket?
absolutely.
Do it.
Just like, since he's already causing contact, this is the perfect opportunity.
He
I
is running
will spend a lucky point
Ooh.
because I don't want to get caught.
All right.
And roll. It's a good thing I did. That's a 9. Well, 16.
All right. You successfully pick his pocket. And you pull out... are you going for something in particular, or are you...
It's like a coin purse. Like,
Okay.
anything that's, like, available, like, easily.
Easy pickpocket target.
You reach
Yeah,
into his
this
pocket
is
as...
a pickpocket of opportunity, not planning.
Fair enough. You reach into his pocket as he walks past you, and you manage to grab and pull out, without him noticing, a very nice brass sextant.
Nice.
It's
Quietly.
it's very well cared for. It's very not fancy. It's definitely engraved with his name. But you managed to steal that from him. Good job.
Well. So I guess we're gonna go talk to Harney's friend then.
Yes. Okay. So you head over to you head out of the porter's not the porter's office, the harbor master's office. The porter's office is just to your left. They're actually taking your horse and cart and bringing it back. And the you notice a few different porters loading up carts and getting stuff ready. What do you do?
What did this friend of Harney's look like again? What was his name? It was
Gless.
Less.
Les. And she didn't particularly say if he was a dwarf or anything.
Nothing specific.
Nothing specific. I guess just kind of approach the guys that are working and go, excuse me, gentlemen. Any of you happen to be by the name of Glass?
At the sound of his name, let's say a taller halfling, almost dwarf height, turns around and goes, "Yeah, I'm Gless. What do you want? I'm busy. I got deliveries to make."
Apologies about that. Just wanted to ask a couple questions about your friend Harney.
You know what happened to Harney? He didn't show up for work yesterday or today.
No, lad, we were hoping you might know, or at least help us figure it out.
I mean,
We've been given a little bit of work to try and then just kind of lean in so, you know, the captains around don't hear. It's like, let's just say we've been given some incentive to find what happened to him along with some of the other porters.
I mean, okay, I can tell you what I told the enforcers when they asked me today, but you know, that's kind of it. Don't really know much. I mean, Harney was he did a lot of work. He pulled a lot of long hours. I didn't really think it was weird when he didn't show up yesterday. At first, I thought maybe he was just, you know, sleeping off another beating, but you know,
A beating? Seems a bit excessive for working at the porter's office.
oh no, he works here so that he can get money to do the fight ring.
Fight ring?
Because
Really?
the
At that point, neuron activation
like,
occurs.
perk up. It's like,
How many other porters are involved in this fight ring?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a few. It's mostly for strong people. Like, I could do it, but I don't want to. I don't want people punching me in the face. But it's not like everybody. Most people are like fine. But
Would
yeah,
you say, like, a lot of the people who are missing are
no,
involved in this fight ring?
no, I don't think so. I mean, a couple of them, but there's like
Where's it
7 or
located
8.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not strictly speaking official, but you know,
I'm sure.
it's like a fight ring. It's, you know, they set up in one of the warehouses at night, and then they go a few rounds, and they play some bets, and you know,
I mean, is it like a fight club, maybe?
I mean, it's
We
a
can't
it's a
talk
place
about that.
It's a place where people go to fight, so yeah, I guess. Make a little extra money. Harney was all into it. I mean, I don't know what he did before, but like he was having a lot of fun with it. But he was in a pretty good bout on a couple of days ago, and then he took a couple of hits, but nothing unusual. I just thought maybe he didn't want to come into work yesterday because he was sleeping off the bruises, but then he didn't show up today either, and that was weird.
Odd question.
Okay.
Do you know anything about like the tunnels that run beneath this city?
Give me a persuasion check.
22.
Jesus. He kind of like
You have a +5? Good God Almighty!
My God.
he looks at you, and then he kind of like looks around and he goes, "No." I mean, everybody knows that there are tunnels, but like they're just like sewers and stuff, right?
How much
And
of the
stuff.
city would you say that they run under? You know,
Oh,
how widespread are they?
probably like most of the city. I mean, if you're talking about like the sewers and stuff, like yeah, like most of the city. You gotta have a pretty extensive sewer. Sewers are my passion. You don't understand. I've been looking in the sewers of the city my entire life, but they are all over the city, and they are maintained. I mean, they're okay.
And do any of these sewers connect to those catacombs or anything?
Oh, what are you talking about, catacombs? I mean, there's like defensive structures down there under the sewers. I mean, they were built during the Second War, and like people dug them out to kind of like try to build defensive things to protect from bombardment. And then there were like smugglers' tunnels that led out of the city, and it's really fascinating stuff. You should really look into it.
It is fascinating, and
Might
where
ask
could
if
I
you've
look?
ever encountered anything unusual down there?
Oh, you mean like giant rats? A couple.
There's giant rats, but I'm more wondering about anything man-shaped and larger.
Like a giant festering abomination.
Leorah pipes up. Everyone kind of looks at her with the side.
So
They
Gless
are.
Gless is gonna look at Leorah and just be like, "What in the fuck? You're kind of pretty."
How you doing?
And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about with festering abominations, but I mean, like, I'm a pretty big guy, if you know what I mean.
I mean, we could definitely use
Wink.
someone strong like you, someone big and strong like you.
I mean,
Oh no!
I've been doing this job for like the last 10 years. You understand? I'm good.
I like how, as this conversation with Gless has proceeded, he's gotten more and more of a New Yorker
I keep
accent.
lapsing into New York accents. I try not to.
It started like just with the standard accent, and then just just like, "How you doing?"
You have the Phenoxo syndrome.
Apparently, my problem is that as soon as somebody tries to start coming on to somebody else, New York accent.
It's New York.
Is your
It's
entire like idea for flirting just Joey from Friends?
Apparently.
Oh no!
How
It
you doing?
immediately goes into the Sopranos, just like, "How you doing? What's the matter with you?"
Anyway, I don't know anything about festering abominations. No, that sounds weird.
How about
If
Wow.
there was something like that, the enforcers would take care of it.
how
they
about
didn't.
maps?
Maps of the tunnels?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd have to go into the Citadel for that. I mean, the sewers aren't mapped at all because they just kind of sprang up and nobody really cares what they look like. But if you
You
want to
do.
know, well, I do, but I don't have maps. I'm busy. I'm doing this job all day. You think I have time to map out the sewers? I'm more interested in the history of things. It's fine. But also, if you want to know about the defensive structures underneath the city, that's all caught up in the citadel and the enforcers, and it's not secret, but they don't want people to like know about it. And if you want to know about the smugglers' tunnels, you gotta ask smugglers, because forget about it. Forget about it, New York accent.
All right, so Harmy was involved with a fighting club, and he suddenly went missing after a particularly rough
Oh, it wasn't rough.
bit of fighting.
No, I mean he took a couple of knocks, but I mean he's fine. He was fine. I saw him do the fight. He won. It was great.
Anything in particular about his opponent that was noteworthy?
Oh no! It was he went up against another dwarf that does this stuff. I never remember his name. We just call him the Rock because he hits really hard, and and he's also dumb as a brick. But you know we don't tell him that to his face. And yeah,
Very smart.
he thank you. And I mean Harney won. It was great. It was a great fight. But yeah, no, it was just the Rock.
All right, so another regular then. Oh, well then.
I mean, if you want to check out the fight ring, I mean, I can tell you where it is.
Yeah. Where's that at? I'd like to know.
Urizura's just bouncing.
I don't know if they've got anybody that's going to want to fight you. You're really big, but I mean, you could always try. You'd probably pull in some really good fights, though. People would love to see you go.
You just see like stars in her eyes, like
Is this fighting strictly like fisticuffs, or are they bringing in weapons?
Oh no, it's no shirts and fists, and you know fighting. It's not like war fighting. It's like let's punch each other a bit. That's all.
I just wanted to clarify.
But yeah,
Urizura wound up murdering a bunch of them if that was the case.
Yeah, they usually you
act like I still can.
they have fights every night, and if you want to go and check it out, then yeah, I'll tell you where it is. And he does. It's a location not actually on the docks. It's it's not a tavern, but like a public house almost. Yeah, like a public house, which is not the same as a tavern. He tells you that you can go there, and it's not hidden or anything like that. You just have to ask.
Just have to kind of know.
Yep.
Durin's gonna also go. Would you also mind pointing us towards where Harmy may have been staying after his fight?
Oh, that would be his house. I guess. I mean, I told the enforcers; they knew. So yeah. So he
lived in any.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna ask if he lived kind of in the direction of the slums or not.
I mean, I guess you could say he kind of lives over that way. It's he doesn't live in the slums. I mean, nobody wants to live in the slums. Nobody in the Porters Guild would ever live in the slums. It's just a bad time. But yeah, it's over in that direction, I guess. So he tells you where he lives, based on what he tells you. Let me see the map here. It's probably about a quarter of the way between number 3 and number 10 on the map.
Well, let me pull up the map.
Just scroll up.
There's the map. Number 3 and number 10?
Yep.
It's the map!
So literally right on the edge of where the slums are.
Slum adjacent.
Is there anything else? I really got it. I'm kind of behind on these liveries.
Sorry. Thanks for your time. Just wanted to inquire and see what we could do to help out.
I appreciate that. And if you find Harney, tell him. I don't have to tell him anything. It's fine. I'll see him at work. It's cool. And he turns away and he starts loading up his card again.
Out of character, Harney's totally been turned into a festering meat beast, hasn't he?
Yeah. He dead.
Oh, I mean, it's crazy. He was like 2 days from retirement,
No,
You know,
don't do that meme.
and he was gonna get married afterwards, and
I totally
Not
could have done that, but I'm not gonna.
That's literally
My,
the freaking like. No, we saved that for when we play the next RoboCop series. We can't do the 2 days from retirement cop joke now.
right.
my bard sense telling me they use the Fight Club to find prime specimens for their flesh golem experiments. They probably got some lab in the tunnels.
I mean, that's kind of what Durin's thinking, but he
Yeah.
has no way of positing that out loud other than just old war paranoia. And if he starts talking about it, people are going to be like, please wear this metal cone on your head. Because you sound like a crazy person, drunk dwarf person.
So what would you like to
You're
do?
drunk and crazy.
You're drunk and crazy.
Who's drunk and
Here, have a
crazy?
beer.
Oh boy.
I guess since it's still like I'm assuming they would not be doing the Fight Club now. I'm assuming I'd like to. I guess since we've dropped off the cart, we've asked around, got a little bit of information. Go talk to Captain Bodegar.
Boderin.
I'm gonna write that down because I can't remember.
We've only just gotten you to remember Saoirse's name.
That's iffy. I have heard Saoirse.
Yeah, I heard Saoirse earlier.
Saoirse.
Yeah, Saoirse.
Boder Inn.
All
right.
In our other game, I chose a much easier name to pronounce, and they're still getting it wrong too.
Again, you like your Gaelic names, and they're
I
never.
do. I especially like when
intuitive.
people butcher them.
All right. So the dwarf is Harmy. Captain Boderin is the wonderfully foppish orc.
Mhm.
Is he an orc or half orc?
Half orc.
Half orc.
It's a hork.
Pork.
Did you say hork or pork?
Pork.
Yes.
Half orc.
Yes.
He is long hork, all right?
He is
God.
Humork.
This music is really actually appropriate. I haven't changed it at all.
It's almost like Kylan went out of his way to make good music.
Amazing, I know.
Christmas miracle.
So what would you like to do?
Like,
You want to go talk to the
10-minute
captain?
long song.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess since we're here at the docks, it's Fight Club isn't till tonight. We'll go talk to Captain Boderin.
We learned where Harney's house is.
Yes.
We did. So I figure once we talk to Captain Boderin, if we've still got time in this session,
That sounds good.
and it's still daylight in the city, we can go kind of wander over in that direction.
All right. So
Do the hat.
so you head down the docks.
That is his new nickname in my brain. Instead of the hat.
You head down the docks towards, I believe it was dock 87.
83.
83, thank
The
you.
Jade Dragon.
And the Jade Dragon is still moored at the dock. And you see everybody's favorite giant man, Hugo. He's actually sitting on a barrel just next to the gangplank, leading up to the dock.
Hugo. The arm wrestling with Hugo.
He doesn't seem to be doing much. He's smoking on a pipe. He's just sees you as you're approaching, snuffs out his pipe, puts it in his pocket, stands up, crosses his arms. Yep.
A man of many words, that Hugo. Good afternoon, Hugo. Is the captain available by chance?
Nope.
Is this the same where it was earlier this morning where he is available but technically not available?
Yeah.
Is this a matter of you want another rematch with Urizura?
Kinda.
Durin's just gonna kind of nod and look at Urizura and step back.
Hugo grabs a larger barrel, picks it up, puts it down in front of him.
Yeah,
Puts it down in front of him.
that's what it was missing.
No. The one, it's larger than the one he was sitting on.
Oh, okay.
He gets that, and he looks up at Urizura, cracks his knuckles, puts his big beefy arm down. Come on.
Oh,
I'll
you know what?
nod and
Hugo's
get on
such
in
an
there.
innocent soul. He really is. Very simple what Hugo wants.
All right. So you square off. There's no crowd this time. It's just Hugo. And give me strength check.
You got it. Do I have... 1 second here.
Terrible.
I'm double checking if I don't have advantage on that.
I think that's
No,
level
only
3.
on grappled. Yep. Alright, so I'm doing strength check, which was 17, and then I'm rolling what is it called? The tactical mind, which gives me another D10.
How often do you get to do that?
Once per short rest if I succeed. But I didn't succeed on the other one because some of those guys I failed on some of that. So
That's fair. Yep. Okay.
so that's a +6 to that. So that'd be 23.
Okay. So as you grasp hands, and then you start straining against him, and he starts straining against you, and you start pushing him back, and he's like, He redoubles his effort. Another strength check.
Oh boy. That one's a 14. No, sorry, cock dice. I'll roll again. Alright, that's an 18.
All right, you push him back even further, and he's really straining. You can see like the veins popping out of his forehead. One more strength check.
That one's a 22.
Jesus, I can't
My
roll for
God.
shit. Bam! His hand goes right
Poor
down to the
Hugo.
barrel. And he like lets go, and he starts rubbing his elbow, and he's like, okay. Turns around and walks up the gangplank.
See, it's that easy.
I feel like this is giving some Urizura some unrealistic expectations on how civilization works.
Yeah, all you gotta do is arm wrestle him.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that when we go to the fight club, one of the plans involves having you go fight and show off how good you are at it.
She'll nod like, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
So after a few minutes, Hugo comes down the gangplank, and Captain Boderin is walking behind him. Captain Boderin is not wearing his fancy hat. He is not. He is not wearing his awesome jacket. He is in fact just dressed in a pirate shirt. And if you don't know what a pirate shirt is because you haven't seen that episode of Seinfeld, it's got ruffled sleeves and
It's
a
the ruffled shirt, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kind of shirt Pietro likes.
He's coming down the gangplank, and he's wiping off his sleeves and his wrists, and he's like, "Yes, what brings you back here? I assume you made your deliveries."
Oh, yes, of course, Captain Boderin. Just did have a few wee questions involving the gentleman that you were originally planning to meet.
And he looks at you, and he's like, "Oh, okay. I was worried it was something else. What can I help you with? Make it quick. I've got things happening back in my cabin."
Is Hugo standing next to the captain?
Yeah, Hugo's standing there just next to the captain. He's big, beefy man, still all arms crossed.
Things going on back in the cabin.
Yes,
Is
yes.
the boat a rocking.
Things are happening, and questions, please. Let's go.
Well,
Question
I could
number
ask.
1: is the boat rocking?
The boat is on the water. Of course, it's rocking.
Yes, thank you, Pietro. Durin will just say, well, I could ask questions involving what was in that box, but I'm going to say that's not our particular bit of business. Instead, I'm a bit more interested in the man that you were supposed to meet. One young man named by the name of Harney.
Yes.
Can Leorah try to sneak onto the boat?
You can
Yeah, I was waiting for the opportunity to be like, I'm going to pick up Leorah and we are going to stealth.
Okay.
Just
boy.
like
Just
Up.
an entire episode of just Leorah and
Saoirse doing
just sneaking
midnight
around on the boat.
shenanigans.
Okay.
Um,
Before we go any further, Saoirse and Leorah, you can either make individual stealth checks or a combined stealth check helping one of you.
How is your stealth, Leorah?
+2, 3, +3.
It's not terrible, but it's not great. Mine is +5.
I mean, if she's carrying me and she's the stealthy one,
You can help her
I can help you.
with the +2, or you can roll individually.
You can also give me bardic inspiration.
Could do.
Which
I can.
does require singing.
Does it require singing?
Can it be very quiet singing? Like just whispering in her ear as she goes.
We're gonna go steal a hat. We're gonna go steal a hat.
Yes.
The boats are rocking, but we're still gonna go knocking. Cause I really want that hat.
All right, that's bardic inspiration. Good enough for me. Go ahead and roll.
I will
God.
roll stealth. I will spend a lucky.
Oh, this is. You know what? I'm fine. I'm fine. Just gonna watch this happen.
It's a good thing
I'm
I spent
mildly
a lucky.
offended that I wasn't included on this.
You're having a
You-
conversation. We
I was
can't
gonna say,
be like,
aren't you trying to seduce the half orc though?
18?
I mean, if it gets me closer to the hat, sure, why not?
This entire campaign's just about getting this fucking hat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like abominations in the sewers, nah. Like
Nah, this fucking
smuggling. Yeah, smuggling, like weird magic, uranium, no.
This hat better have a fucking curse on it. I swear
Yeah.
to God.
So,
This hat is
As-
our white whale.
as Durin and Hugo are facing Urizura and Durin and Pietro and talking to them, nobody happens to notice a dark shadow as Saoirse, with Leorah perched on her shoulders, sneaks up onto the gangplank.
Nobody
However,
ever noticed me dispute.
I figured they'd be running up the the ropes that are tying the boat to the.
The mooring lines.
that would
the
require an
mooring line.
acrobatics check.
Oh,
You know, the shadow is in fact Lamont Cranston, young wealthy man about town.
I could
oh
acrobatics.
my god.
They would just change the DC, which you've already passed, so it's up to you. If you want to be fancy.
No. No.
Dun,
we'll-
dun,
we'll
dun,
wait
dun,
on
dun, dun, dun,
fanciness.
dun, dun.
So, so Durin and Hugo have no idea what's going on, but it's very clear as day to the people that are facing the gangplank that you see them running up the gangplank, and you're just like, the fuck? Okay,
Very Scooby Doo kind of.
we are now
like,
going to follow the halfling and the rogue.
I'm
For a
sorry,
brief
but this
moment.
the entire time I'm just like watching them run up.
Dun,
the-
dun,
like,
dun,
I'm-
dun, dun,
No,
dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
literally hearing the like he's a pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
Just like dun dun dun
Now,
dun dun.
that's got to kick in when we come back down the gangplank with the hat.
You're swinging. You take like a rope from the rigging and swing off of
Yeah.
the boat.
Yeah, we're probably not coming down the gangplank.
So,
I'll save my acrobatics for the return trip.
Do what
okay,
you want,
so
the pirate is free.
you managed to get to the deck of the ship without being spotted. The deck of the ship is currently empty.
I would imagine a lot of the normal sailors are like off, on.
Shore leave or
They-
whatever.
Shore leave.
They're getting their dicks wet. Let's face it.
It's shore leave. That's kind of
I
how.
want to imagine
work.
that Leorah and Saoirse find the hat and then show up like they just
Wearing
come
the
back,
hat.
wearing the hat, just like show back up. It's like, hey guys, what's going on? How you doing?
I don't know if we are that good at persuasion and deception.
I mean, seriously, Durin just watched Saoirse with Leorah on her shoulders like the monkey Jack from Pirates of the Caribbean as they scrabble up the gangplank, and he's just kind of like, just blanks, keeps talking.
I mean,
like, nope, you know what?
It's now on you guys to keep him talking.
Okay, so you are now on the deck of the ship. To the left is the prow and the bow of the ship. There's nothing much there. You can see the main, the forward mast as well as the main mast in front of you. Behind, to your right, there's stairs leading up to the forecastle, which is where the steering wheel is, the rudder, the captain wheel. And then below that, there's a door leading in, and then there's stairs leading down in front of you.
I would imagine it's the door leading in. That's usually like the captain's room, right? The
Right
first
below
room.
the wheel,
The captain's cabin.
captain's quarters.
So I will take. I'll set Leorah down, and we'll go to that door.
Okay. The door is locked.
Oh yeah, break out the thieves' tools.
That's all you.
What's that? Sleight of hand?
It's dumb in 5e where it's like, oh, you have tool proficiency, so
Right.
you set like what modifier it uses, and then
Then you
Although
roll that.
I think they've changed it for 5/5. You just roll
oh
your
god,
like you can have like thieves' tools proficiency.
Well, I don't
Pretty sure.
Do they
have
do that
like an
same thing with
ability
the
to
healer's
like
kit?
Yeah, let's see. Tools. Thieves' kit.
I don't have like an ability to roll that.
You just roll a dexterity and then add your proficiency.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I want to roll. I have expertise in sleight of hand, so I'm just gonna roll acrobatics, because that's dex plus proficiency.
Yeah.
What? How does that work?
Because she has proficiency in
Oh,
dexterity
gotcha.
and acrobatics.
I see what you're doing. Okay, never mind.
Because
Go ahead.
there's no like click on thieves' tools to roll thieves' tools.
Yeah,
You can
no.
make a
gotcha.
special.
You can make a
ability
macro
check.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can make a custom ability check on your character sheet. Let you do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Well,
My God.
Saoirse kneels at this door, pulls out her thieves' tools. Leorah's still on her shoulders. Just
No, I set her down.
okay.
I'm keeping watch.
Okay. Puts in the thieves' tools. Click, 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 and the door opens into a room that is lit by candlelight and dimly at that. It is a well-appointed captain's cabin. On the left side of the room, there is a large and fanciful desk with a large and fanciful quill in an ink pot. Like, I'm talking, if you tried to write with this quill,
the Giga Quill.
the feather would tickle you in the face constantly.
Like a peacock feather.
Yes. There's also nothing on the desk, not even like a log book or anything like that. It's a blank desk. On the right, there is a bed, and the sheets are a little ruffled. And give me a perception check from both of you, please.
Oh,
Is there
in the
somebody
bed.
actually there?
Uh-oh.
6.
Womp.
Nat 20.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
As you open the door, you see a shape on the bed kind of moving slightly and sitting up and looking at the door, being like, "Is that you, Durin? Captain?"
Don't mind us. The captain just sent us to get something. We'll be out in just a jiff.
Okay. Persuasion check, please.
Fucking just. You have a +7. Oh my god. Okay.
She's
yeah.
a bard!
We have 3.
Well, okay. We'll tell him to hurry back. I'm very, very interested in what he has to say.
I'm
Lays back
most
down.
certainly will. Right.
Fucking
Where's
hell.
the hat?
Either give me an investigation check, because it's more than perception that you're doing at this point.
Investigation.
Wah, wah.
13. I'll spend my
4.
what do you call it?
Bardic inspo.
Bardic inspiration on that. So what is that?
Plus 1d4 or 1d6. Hold on, I'll look.
Eleni, what's
1d6.
1d6?
1d6, yes.
Uh, 15 total then.
15 total. The room is actually surprisingly like clean and well kept, except for the bed, which is clearly ruffled, and a pile of clothing next to the bed. The hat, however, is not in that pile. It is very carefully placed on a hat stand next to the bed.
I will surreptitiously grab the hat, place it on Leorah.
Okay.
And, we will get going.
Give me a stealth check to do that for both of you. This is not a help
Stealth?
situation. Yes.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
This is going to be. It's
Sleight
going to
of
be
hand?
sleight of hand for Saoirse first. Do that first.
18.
Okay. And then stealth checks from both of you.
Seven.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
A dirty 20
20.
for me.
Okay.
Can I give Leorah my inspiration?
No. It's not how that works. Saoirse, you managed to grab the hat without too much issue. You notice that the woman in the bed is very in a state of very undress, let's say. But she has this like loopy smile on her face. She doesn't notice as you take the hat. Her eyes are kind of closed. You put it on Leorah's head, and then you both turn to get out of there. But Leorah can't keep her giddiness out of her voice, and just goes, hee 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 hee. Please do that, Elene. At which point the woman in the bed is like,
Don't mind us. Don't mind us. Go back to sleep.
Sorry, the captain requested his hat real quick. Wanted to show it off, you know.
But you're wearing it.
Well,
So I can have my
way,
hands free.
What better way to transport it?
We're
It's a
on
hat,
boat.
after all.
We're on a boat. I mean, I don't have my hands free.
She doesn't have her sea legs.
Leorah, give me a persuasion check.
Can I assist with deception?
Actually, no. This would be a deception roll. Never mind. Cancel that out.
Never mind.
Roll deception.
Deception.
You can assist, and Saoirse, you can
19.
you can assist with that.
I don't think I have to, but
23.
Well,
I only got a 9 to assist. So.
Okay. She's like, oh, yeah. I suppose if you don't have your sea legs, that makes sense. Okay, but do tell him to hurry back. Do tell him to hurry
drugs
back.
is this woman
Oh,
on?
And she
Won't
leans.
be but a minute.
All of them.
All right. You managed to escape the room, closing the door behind you. Do you want to lock it?
Sure.
Okay. Having picked the lock, you have no problem with actually locking it. And then you notice that the deck is still thankfully clear. How would you like to escape from your heist?
How close like is the ship to like the shore?
I mean,
Like could we take a flying leap off the front
from the front, no. The front
or the
there's
back?
there's only water in front and behind. It's parked up to the side. I would say that you are probably about 5 to 10 feet from the shore, but it's a bit of
Can
a
we
drop.
take a rope?
It's like you could absolutely take a rope. That'd be an acrobatics check.
All right, I will pluck Leorah up. We'll grab a rope. Cut
Then
what we
he's a
have to
pirate
get it
kicks in.
swinging.
All right, roll me an acrobatics check.
All right, I will spend my heroic inspiration on this.
My God.
Good thing you did.
And it's
Well,
a good
no.
thing I picked up Leorah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She cannot help you. She's too unwieldy.
It's a
The
hat.
hat, the hat
Either
is
a
covering her
24
eyes.
It
or a
slips down.
24. I rolled a 19 on both.
Like all of the best pirate movies, you quickly
Bum,
run to
bum,
the side,
dun, dun, dun,
grab
dun, dun,
grab a
dun.
rope, untie it really quick, and then take a step back and swing from the yardarm, go flying out over the deck, and land, boom, with just a bit of a sound.
I imagine this is all happening, like, in front of Pietro.
In front of
Urizura,
us
and
three,
Durin.
Durin is doing his best to not have his eyes pop really wide watching this crap go on behind the captain.
Meanwhile, Durin, Pietro, and Urizura make a deception. Well, actually, no. Urizura, give me a perception check first, because you are not interested in this usually.
Yeah, no.
Wait, what?
If you want me to actually give you a number,
Yeah, actual number.
Would it be passive perception?
No.
Or
9.
Okay, and a 9. Okay.
She's thinking about the Fight Club.
So, Durin and Pietro, both of you do notice this, because you're not as, single-minded as Urizura.
we're talking to the captain.
Yep. So, I'm going to need you both to make deception checks to not give anything away.
There
Oh,
is something
God.
I actually wanted to ask the captain while we were waiting out here.
Go for it.
Let's say I might have a lead on a buyer. Would he be able to source more varium?
He gives you a look, and he's like, what are you talking about? No.
No?
Shut up!
I don't deal in anything like that.
You mean
No.
barium? Oh.
No.
Barium, I love bariums. They're delicious.
Well, that's too bad. I guess I'll have to go look somewhere else.
Yes, you will.
It's like I'm not even playing that. No.
So,
No, not even playing that game.
all right, both of you give me
Durin's-
deception checks.
Okay, well, Durin did have questions too, but yeah. Oh no.
Okay. Go ahead
That-
and ask your question. So you're asking about Harney.
Harmy. Is it Hardy or Harmy?
Harney.
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 Okay.
Like
Yeah,
that
asking...
sushi place in California, Miso Harney.
Oh my god damn it. Yeah, going to ask about Harney, the dwarf he was supposed to be meeting. If he had worked with him before, and when was the last time he spoke with him?
Oh, I mean, I've worked with him before. He's one of the best in the business. I guess the last time I saw him was the last time he was making deliveries, which would have been a month ago, probably.
So you wouldn't have any idea on why he might have gone missing quite so suddenly, along with nearly the rest of all the porters.
I don't know anything about that. I assume that he was drinking too much, or maybe there was some kind of company bender or something. I don't know. It's not important to me as long as the products are delivered.
The package was delivered, though there were some gentlemen asking the young lass for the package
Young
by
lass.
the time we arrived.
I don't know anything about who you were delivering it to. I'm sure Diastros was pleased with the delivery, and everything is gone, and you've been paid, correct? You've been paid?
Aye.
Okay, good,
You
good.
had to pause there for a second. It's like,
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at him just because he's like, He's very much like, no, I don't want anything to do with this. So Durin's just gonna be like, well, is there anything at all you could perchance tell us about Harney that might help us find him? His friends are a bit worried about him.
Oh, I mean, he was a pretty good fighter, I suppose. In that fight ring, I made a couple of gold on him myself when I chanced to see him fight one time. But other than that, my business with him was strictly professional. Now, is that all? I've really got to get back to the. It's at this point that Saoirse and Leorah go swinging behind him and land off to your left without a sound. And he's like, is there anything else? I've really got to get back. I've got so much work to do.
Yes, I think that'll be everything, yes.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for answering our questions. Good to see you again, Captain Durin. We'll be off.
Perfect. Thank you.
Doodle.
We'll be leaving on the morrow, so hopefully I'll see you next time I'm in port. And Hugo, no one else comes into my cabin. Thank you. Ta-ta! And he turns and he all but runs back up the gangplank.
And
Hugo,
we're gonna all but run out of here.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, Hugo, great seeing you again. Have a wonderful time.
Hugo's just like, Hugo looks at you and he looks at you and he picks up his small barrel and he puts it back in front of the gangplank and he sits down, crosses his arms, and goes, "Yep."
Start smoking again.
Time to go see a house about a dwarf.
And that
See a fight about a club.
is a pretty good place to stop for tonight.
Yeah. The fight battle club will be later. I figure we'll go hit the dude's house. Because I'm trying to figure out how can I phrase this in such a way that Durin can sound like Dutch from Red Dead Redemption. Be like,
plan.
so listen here, Arthur. I got a plan. See, all I need is a reserve to jump into the fight ring and beat the hell out of a bunch of people,
Need a little bit more money.
and just show that she's really strong. And then the people that went and started abducting the strong people might be like, damn, she'd make a great meat puppet.
Or we can make some money on this.
Oh no, we're absolutely going to make money off of it while it's happening.
We could
You
send
say this in front of
Urizura.
Urizura, she's like not paying attention to that at all. She's just like, oh boy, fights.
She's like, yep, like,
Priorities.
We can
Fighting.
send Urizura in there, win us, some considerable wealth just on her might alone, right? Well, what if we then send in someone else and have Urizura throw the fight?
You want a Pete Rose?
oh my
You've been in the
God.
town for 2 days.
I would say you would
Holy
have to
shit.
roll pretty high to convince Urizura to throw a fight.
I was about to say, I don't know
capital.
if you can
What if
convince Urizura to throw a fight,
What
because
if-
she's just gonna, all she's gonna hear in that entire sentence is fight,
Fight?
and be like, yeah, no, I can do that.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
bring him up.
What if Leorah v. Urizura
I mean,
Underdog?
all
Maybe not.
right, we're putting 20-1 odds on Leorah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Taking over the docks is not going to be cheap.
All right, and on that note,
And on that bombshell,
thanks everybody for watching. I do just want to follow up on one thing. The paladin subclass that I mentioned before is the Oath of the Open Sea, and it is from Tal'Dorei Reborn campaign book, which is a great book. You should
the
check it out.
critical role one.
Yeah. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope everybody had a good time.
Grand
Not
old time.
I did not expect there to be a hat heist, but here we are, haberdashers all.
What do you mean you didn't
Freaking
expect it? That's like all that Leorah's been talking about is stealing that hat.
Oh no, we knew it was gonna happen. I just figured it'd happen later. But no, Saoirse and Leorah were like, okay,
Okay.
we have turned the rest of this campaign into Saoirse's 11. Let's go.
So for everybody that's played Final Fantasy XIV, the hat looks like Amon's hat from the Crystal Tower raid.
That's kind of about what I was envisioning. Yes.
But thanks everybody for watching. Have a great weekend.
Holy shit, that hat is so over the top.
Yes.
Isn't it though?
Holy shit. Where Leorah, you have a whole ass bird on top of that.
Anyway.
Everybody have a good night, a great weekend, and we'll see you all next time.
Leorah,
Hasta.
your height has increased by 3 feet with that hat.